Welcome to Daniel Love Radio. Hold on, sorry, Mike. Okay, so we have someone special on the phone, so let me do that real fast. Let me get him on. Hello, WCUR, you're live.
What's up? This is Jared from the Maine. You're listening to Daniel Love Radio, WCUR, Westchester.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. How are you doing today?
Good. We heard you were back home, just taking a break off an exciting tour.
We are. We actually just finished a tour with Taking Back Sunday, and we're home now here in Phoenix. We're rehearsing, getting ready to go out on a tour supporting our new album, Pioneer.
So you guys are going to Brazil, correct, and Chile?
We are, yeah. We're very excited to head down there. We've had fans there for as long as I can remember, and we've always told them that we're going to try to make it there. And 4 years later, we're finally able to make the trip, so we're really excited about that.
All right, so you got a new album coming out December 6th, correct? And
yes, sir.
Just basically tell us what the new album's all about.
It's called Pioneer. Pretty long story how it came to be. We actually started working on it at least a year ago. We rented a farm here in Gilbert, Arizona, and just started writing. And after about, I want to say 9-10 days, we had about 12 songs. So we decided that we didn't really want our record label to have any knowledge that we were making this album, just because we wanted it to be as true to who we are as a band without any outside influence. So we went to El Paso. There was a great studio there, and we laid down the first 9 tracks, and then had to take a break from recording because we were on the road. Came back after that and laid down about 17 more. So all in all, we came up with about, I think it was 26 or so songs fully recorded and mixed, and then narrowed that down to about 13 tracks. And our label wasn't really behind it, so we finally showed them once we had everything, and they didn't really back it. So we decided that we were going to put this album out ourselves, and that's what we're doing.
So what's different that we can expect that or similar from the other albums that you guys have done in the past?
I think there's definitely there's something for every fan. I think there's hints of the first album, hints of the second album, but most importantly, I feel like this album is very true to who we are now as a band. We spent a lot of time making sure that everything was real. First of all, we wanted to be able to pull it off live and have it sound pretty much exactly how it is on the album. So I think we did a good job of making everything easily recreated live. But there's the up-tempo songs. There's a couple ballad-esque sort of slower songs. A lot of guitar work, a lot of leads on this album. I'm pretty excited about that.
So speaking of crazy fans, we held a contest on Facebook, and basically before the contest even got started, this girl won. So we have a fan, big fan of the Maine since you guys first started way back. Introduce yourself and ask the question that you have.
Hi, my name's Elise. I just want to know what the story of the whole album is, like a summary of the album, like the songs together.
Hi. As far as a cohesive story throughout the album?
Yes.
To be honest, I think this album is more or less about self. I mean, I can't really speak for John. He's sort of the lyricist for us. He writes pretty much every word that goes into our songs. But as far as the theme, we didn't really have a theme. It's like I said, it was, as far as the writing process goes, we were writing songs that sounded, totally different from each other, and that was kind of the hardest part, was pulling them all together to make one album. So I don't know if there's necessarily a constant theme throughout the whole thing, but I don't know. There's not really a story to it, if you will. It's not like we set out with like a certain concept, but as far as the songs themselves go, I think that each one of them, more so than in the past where we've just written a song about a girl or this or that, it's more about I think self is a big idea to this one.
I'm pretty excited to hear it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Was there any musical influences behind this album? Like anybody or anything that helped you guys write this album?
No, I think there's always been the the kind of the stuff that we grew up on. There's been Tom Petty and good old fashioned American rock.
Nice.
But before we actually started writing, I know I'm kind of late to the game, but I started at least getting into bands like Nirvana, and I feel like I just was so late to that party, and it really kind of shaped how I thought musically, sort of the less is more sort of approach. And then there were bands like Wilco and bands that really had, truly incredible musicians. And so as far as writing guitar parts, which is my job, they have a guitar player. His name is Nels Klein, and I really love everything the guy has ever done. He's just got this really kind of spastic sort of scatterbrain style, and I think you can kind of hear me trying to channel that in a couple different songs, and it was really important to kind of have it, as far as the guitar leads go, be a little shocking in places and spastic, but for the overall theme of the album, it actually works pretty well.
Hey Jared, I'm Mike. I got one quick thing for you. I like what you said about how this album, Pioneer, is kind of the band's growth album to see where you guys are at now. And I think that's great because your first two albums were so different, and you could see that change from the first album, Can't Stop, Won't Stop, to Black and White. And I'm really excited to hear what you guys got now.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much. It's one of those things where I feel like, we were so young when we wrote Can't Stop, and even the EP before that, we were 19, 20 years old. Right. And that's true to who we were at that point in time, and I'm glad that people have been able to attach themselves to our band at any given point. But like I said, where we're at now is 4 years down the line. We've spent a lot of time on the road and a lot of time in the studio, and we just felt like this was the album that we needed to make right now, and we knew that it had to come out no matter what. So we're very excited that it's finally actually going to come out.
Yeah, man, I love the way the band's grown throughout the years, and I'm a true fan, and I'll continue listening and supporting you guys.
That's awesome, man. Thank you so much.
No problem.
It's Elise again. I was just going to say that I remember being at the Festival Pier show back in 2008, and there was maybe like 6 of us singing along to Can't Stop, Won't Stop. I remember that was such I found you guys on like Pure Volume or MySpace a long time ago.
Oh, MySpace.
That's crazy. MySpace. Wow.
So that was actually, that's good because it leads up to my next question. Your fan base, it's very you have very loyal fans, and have you guys ever been to the Westchester area near Philadelphia? Because me and Mike can confirm that we couldn't really talk about the interview so much because when we did, we found our first Elise, and then we realized that a lot of people thought you guys were coming here, so then things got real hectic, so we kind of had to keep it on the low until we got the interview out the way, so which is why we broadcasted it to be played a little bit later. But how do you feel about that? The fact that even after all these years, it's not just Elise, there's a bunch of people, especially in the Westchester area, that I've noticed that are real loyal fans to you guys.
I feel so fortunate to have the fans that we do. I mean, I think that we've put a lot of work into this band, and from day one, we've always tried to be as appreciative as we can be of our fans and give them as much as we possibly can. And it's so crazy to see in these concentrated areas where 4 years down the road, we're still seeing these fans come and show their support. And right now, more than any other time in this band's existence, it's so important because we're just trying to do this thing ourselves, with this album, and the response has been so awesome, and you can't help but feel good about that because that at the end of the day, it's our own hands and feet and brains that are actually moving this machine, and the fact that people are understanding what we're trying to do and supporting. I just feel so lucky to be able to tour throughout the states, whether it's a small town, big town, and see people that actually appreciate what we're doing.
And you can see the love that you guys have for your fans at your shows. I know from the shows I've been to, after the shows, you'll always come out and talk to whoever comes up to you guys. and you did that whole 24 hours with the Maine for your the Black and White
I
album,
loved that.
and you were going through and meeting all your fans, and it was really great to see from a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Any opportunity that we get, we're outside and meeting people or saying hi to old friends or fans, and for us, that's kind of been the thing that has kept us going is knowing that there's people out there that appreciate what we're doing, and you can't help but feel like you're making the right decisions, not only as a band but as an individual, and we'll continue to do that until we can anymore, which hopefully is a long time down the road.
And speaking of the 24 hours of the Maine, I know I checked in a couple times through the day, and you guys were just trucking it all day. There were only a couple times when you guys really seemed like you were running out of steam.
I personally love the Bop It moment. We got to Bop It on the tour bus.
Yeah, that was a crazy day. We were just, in our heads, we were like, how are we going to make this a special sort of release?
Right.
For us, it was so awesome that, it was our first, it was our debut album on Warner Brothers, and we really wanted to do something different. So we spent 24 hours, and we rented this bus and kind of went around LA and did a bunch of different acoustic performances in stores. We went to a fan's house and made breakfast. It was just like one thing after another, and it was all on film. So it's like, there were really no breaks to it. You couldn't really get away from the cameras. So, that was just us trying to push ourselves, and I feel like, that's the extremity of of what we do with our fans. That was like one of the more crazy things we've ever done, but it was totally worth it. It was so awesome. At the end of the day, we were all so tired, and it took 13 hours of sleep to get us back up and running. But I would totally do it again. It was so worth it. It was really fun. And
Twitter blew up that whole day, and Facebook. I remember seeing posts constantly coming in with the hashtags and everything, and you have tons of fan support, and it's really great to see. Yeah, man, it's a blast. It's so awesome to go to bed every night knowing that we've built this thing and that everybody stands behind it. It's really great.
I'm so grateful for you guys because I met you guys last November. I met you at the Croc Rock when you were with Good Charlotte, maybe. I don't remember.
Really Good Charlotte, Croc Rock. It might have been. When was it? You said last
November.
Last November. Was it? I don't know if Never Shout played there.
It was Never Shout. Thank you. Well,
it was.
Well,
okay,
I don't really remember anything except you guys. So, but it was awesome. You guys were so nice. Yeah, it was so awesome.
So that's awesome. Thank you so much for coming. That's rad.
I go to 2 shows a tour. So.
Wow.
When are you touring again? When are you going back on tour?
We're actually we're heading back out soon. Actually, we're going to do 3 dates up California. Right now, we're going to be supporting the new album Pioneer. Basically, what the set is going to look like is we're going to play the new album front to back, and then there's going to be an intermission, and then we're going to come back out and we're going to play kind of like a medley sort of set of all of our older works. It's going to be a little bit more stripped down, a little bit more of an intimate vibe. We're going to be playing stuff off of Can't Stops. We're going to be playing Black and White. There's going to be some stuff from the Christmas EP since we're getting close to that time of year. So we're really excited. I think that the end of the year is always kind of dead for us. So it's awesome to be able to be out on the road again. And so yeah, like I said, we do 3 days in California. Then we go home for Thanksgiving. Then I think it's Brazil, and then we finish out the Pioneer run on the East Coast.
Cool. Elise looks really excited about that. And when are you coming to Philadelphia area?
You know what? I don't have the dates in front of me right now.
December 15th, maybe.
Oh man.
There you go.
I bought my ticket a month ago.
That's awesome.
Thanks again for the interview. So I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. And if you're ever in the Westchester area, please stop by. It was so good to get this interview with you, and can't wait to see you guys.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much.